Yo YouTube, welcome back to another video, and as you can see we've got the tier list here. It's basically half complete. I added the new units because, you know, the new, was it 1 2 3 4 5 6 units, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, then wait, I'm missing one. Where is she? Oh, blur, I actually put it there. But yes, new 7 units here. We're gonna add them to our old tier list and also change it up a bit because a lot of these guys have fallen out of upper meta, and a lot of them have shifted, you know, because there are units who also got buffed as well. Let me bring it up on my stream. Give me, not my stream, my on the screen, so you can see in the update logs. You've got these unit buffs here. So you got balance changes here. Akaza Rengoku damage buff, Broly damage buff, Ichigo damage buff, Shadow damage buff, Kurumi damage buff, and Ryumash damage buff. So because of these changes, a lot of the units have, you know, of course, a lot of it changed, of course. So right now I think Rengoku and Akaza, because of that buff, he's slightly above Dracula. He's still, these two are still interchangeable. They're very good, both very good units. You got Kurumi slightly below, and you know why? She has a time stop on placement. She does good DPS. She can hit heal M units with the clones, and then after the time stop elapses, she just gets so much extra damage. Sid, he's gonna fall a bit lower. Mob is gonna stay like a bit lower than there. Reagan, he might fall down. Tengen's gonna fall down, and Broly's gonna go a bit up because he did get a damage buff. Plus, you know, there are new units, so let's just rejig this for a bit. So let me bring in the new units where I put them. So I put Katakuri up here. He does crazy DPS. It's just a bummer that he isn't hybrid. He has an ability where he can stun enemies in his range for 10 seconds. It's a 100-second global cooldown. If you haven't seen my video, check it out. I've done a showcase on all of them. But his DPS, his damage numbers are crazy, you know. And he is a physical and magic unit, so he can get buffs from these two units. So let me put these in here, talk about them. So Mr. Satan and Aqua, these two units here, they have a magical and physical buff. So he gives 60% physical damage buff, she gives 60% magic buff. So the fact that Katakuri can receive both of those means he can get 120% buff here just for free. Not for free, because you still have to upgrade these guys, because the way they work is they gain 10% each upgrade. So they start with 10% placement, then 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60% upon each upgrade. So yeah, these two are very good buffers, and they help a lot of these units, which is why it's kind of a bummer for Sid and Kurumi, because they are true damage units. Okay, next up we've got Ghost. He's kind of lower meta. He does a lot of damage, you know. He has a uncapped passive for his first passive, where he needs to get kills. So he gains 0.2% damage for every kill, and it lasts for 60 seconds. So you can infinitely stack that. He might be able to go into meta because of that. He also spawns a clone that mimics his own attack and does half his own damage. That after he gets to a certain amount of kills. Plus, upon receiving that buff, the amount of kills, he gets 33.3% more damage for his own self. And he also does burn damage for 50% of his own damage. That lasts 5 seconds, so he's very good as well. Of course, I'll rejig this once I get to it. So we got Hedon. He is such a great unit, you know. He's a bleed amp, so he buffs Alucard a lot, which is why you can argue Alucard being higher than Rengoku and Akaza. So he is a bleed amp, plus he also does more damage to bleeding enemies, so pairing up with Darky, Toji, and Alucard goes really well. Plus he has an ability on upgrade 6, so it's not on his last upgrade, it's on upgrade 6. He gets an ability that allows him to do 300% of his own damage to all enemies in his range, which is very crazy. And next up we got Lelouch. I'll put Lelouch slightly below Katakuri. Now I'll put him above because he is a, I think I'll do it like this. The reason for this is Lelouch is a very good DPS with crazy buffing potential. If you guys don't know, when you get him to max, he has an his selection where he can give assign chess pieces to his units, pretty much making them like so good, you know. So he can assign 3 chess pieces in total, and he can only apply 2 chess pieces to the same unit. So he can apply so let's say the queen buff, which is 10% cooldown reduction and 20% extra range, and that's the queen piece. Then you can apply a knight piece, which gives the unit just 20% flat damage, and you can apply a pawn piece, which gives them 5% damage, 5% range, and cooldown reduction of 5%. And once this unit gets 50 kills, the pawn piece, they get the queen's buff for 15 seconds. So they're getting the extra cooldown reduction at extra range. Plus, he also has a nuke, which does 2000% of his own damage. That is a full map nuke, by the way. Full map. That's crazy a lot already. He also has another passive where he spawns in. What did I say? I think it's a Shadow Titan. I can't remember what it's exactly what, but he spawns in a summon that mimics his damage by 10x. So let's say his damage is 200k. He's gonna have a 2 million summon coming in every 100 seconds, which is already crazy as well. So he's has summon potential. He can buff. He can do a lot of DPS. Have full map nuke. He's very crazy, you know. You can argue him being better than Dracula. It's up to you guys though. So we got these two. We got this, and let's see. Blur goes right below Rio. The reason for this, she has a 50% slow on placement. Plus, she bewitches allies or enemies, making them take 10% more damage from all sources. So pretty much what Alucard has as well. So now let's rejig this from what I think it is. So with the recent balancing changes, you can see Ichigo goes up to here. Very good unit. Ryuma, he goes slightly up. Let's see. Tengen falls down. Sanjuru falls down. Let's see. You fall down as well. Well, I can say Nagumo, he falls down as well. It's kind of a bummer, but he's not all that anymore. Law, Magic, Water. He has good DPS, but I don't know. I can't really argue for him being high up. But he's probably going to go up here because of his buff. I would argue him over Sid because of the new buffers as well. Mob barely holds on where he is. And Shadow barely holds on, being in the top of upper meta. Reagan does hold on. Dimple still holds on to top of meta. Yeah, you fall off as well. See, any units I'm missing? No. We're gonna have to drop units as well, so yeah. Think you still have a great buff, you still do good damage. You have fallen off a bit. These three, it's a tough one, man. They're so interchangeable. It's actually a tough one, you know. I think Choi, we didn't get any new hills, so I think the hills just stay where they are. So in terms of Hugo buffs, you got Kurumi, Ryuma. Ryuma, I think he goes a bit higher up than King now, because he can get up to like so much, like, was it? With his full passive, he can get like 10, 12k TPS, and he's a full placement, and he has execute as well. I would reckon Ryuma's higher than these guys as well. It's kind of a bummer how Nagumo has fallen off so far. For the passive he has, it's kind of sad, you know, because he doesn't really work with a solo team, and that way you'd have to bring no farms, and that's just not viable in a lot of content. Tengen has fallen down, Yu has fallen down. Yep, you're still here. Still a very good unit. You're here, you're here. Thinking, am I missing anyone else? And I don't think I'm missing anyone else. So yeah, of course, Kurumi has the buff thing, but she's overall just gonna be here as well for better support. Okay, I'm back. Kind of cut off the recording because I was just like thinking about exactly when I placed them. So I added the Kurumi as a extra buffer there, just for support, you know, time stop thing, and just overall as well in upper meta with the second one because she has hybrid placement and stuff. But in terms of upper meta, I'm content with this. Meta, I'm not content with it because I'm moving Ryuma slightly up because I've been testing his buff, and I think it works like this. And in terms of low meta, I think it still remains like this. You can have Claw above King, that's what I have it. And now, so I think I have, yeah, it'll be like this. I have Fat him and over NL, of course. I'll probably have him above King as well because his peak DPS is quite nuts. Oh wait, what the hell? I just messed up. Yeah, there. Then NL, Hiso, Choi. Pretty much just does not change much. I mean, I guess Toji above Edward because of the bleed amp from thingy. He done. Plus you got Ichigo with his buff. and the rest seems I'm content with it. Yeah, the rest seems fine. There's so many people in meta support, but it's just how things are, you know. It's a lot of people crowded. He has an on placement buff for like just 5 units, 5 allies, so it's pretty crazy, and a lot of them are just like this. So this is my tier list. I think I'm fine with it. Okay, so guys, so to wrap it up, I would just like to say I'm open to critique and feedback. So if you guys have any changes you want to say, what I mentioned, or what you think should be changed, just let me know, and I'll reply to you, and yeah, we can basically come to an agreement. And then next tier list, the next time I make it, I'll change things up depending on the update, of course. But yeah, this is what I'm content with, and I'm pretty confident this is like fairly accurate, you know. Just let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next one. Peace.